Everybody. Welcome to our very first ever voter workshop hosted by PBRC, the Filipino Bayanihan Resource Center, in conjunction with the Office of Mark Church, our Chief Elections Officer, and Assessor County Clerk Recorder here in San Mateo County. Of course, we would love to see you in person, but we do have to shift a little bit and meet you online. So please bear with us. We will be doing this presentation today bilingual in Tagalog. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the box. Kahit ano po, kahit Tagalog po, okay lang po yan. So, and then with me, who is co-hosting, Ate Liza Rebortura, also with PBRC. Ate Liza, do you want to say a few words before we get started?
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat, and it's a privilege na makatulong po sa ating mga kababayan para maintindihan nila lalo kung paano yung mabigyan sila ng mas karagdagang kaalaman para sa kanilang pagboto, paghahanda para sa pagboto.
Thank you, Ate. Thank you. So let's get started, and we do have a pretty comprehensive slideshow for you today. Provided by the county. It should go over most of the basics, deadlines, and different resources for voting. So we'll get started here. So have you registered to vote? You can register to vote all the way up to election day. I believe the deadline to register online was the 18th or 19th. So if you do want to register and vote on the same day, you can, but you do have to go to a voting center. For future reference, the registertovote.ca.gov is the way that you do it online, but it's too late to do it online now. So if you do want to still register to vote, you have to go in person. These are the other resources as well. So if you do have someone in your life who would like to register to vote for future reference, please get in touch with us and we can get you the correct information there. So the Voters' Choice Act is where we're gonna kind of get our start today. So San Mateo County is a Voters' Choice Act county. So the first, vote by mail, use the drop box, go to a voting center, or use the remote access vote by mail, so RAVBM. So these are the different options that we can use. May sako, di ba, Ate Lisa?
Yeah, kasi ang San Mateo County ay isang county na meron tayong nagbibigay ng batas na pwede silang makapili kung paano sila boboto. But Rob, di ba ngayon is the deadline na ng mail, so mas maaari na lang nilang gamitin yung Dropbox, yung use the Dropbox, vote center, at saka yung remote accessible vote by mail. So yung tatlong yon. But kasama sa apat na Voters' Choice Act yung vote by mail kung ginawa na nila.
Tama yun, Ate. So dapat na-mail niyo po na yung mga yung mga ballot kasi for mail kasi today yung deadline. So actually if you're still holding on to your ballot, don't drop it in the mail anymore. That's not what we're recommending. We're actually recommending you go to your ballot box to drop that off, or a voting center when that opens up. Make sure to drop that off to ensure that your vote gets counted. So that's what we're all recommending. And again, please make sure to get in touch with us if you need to find a box closer to your residence.
Yeah.
This is a tool that friends and I have been finding very, very useful. Where's my ballot.sos.ca.gov. This is where you can track your ballot. Think of it like a FedEx tracking system where you can in real time identify where in the process your ballot is. As soon as it's completed, it's in a green enclosed light, so you know exactly when it's already in. So this is a very, very useful tool if you want to make sure that all along the process your ballot is being accounted for as we of course get nearer and nearer to election day. If you've already sent in, as many people have in northern San Mateo County, I believe Daly City, there's already 40% turnout for the election. So if you do want to find out where your ballot is, where's my ballot.sos.ca.gov.
And makaka-receive sila ng alert or notice kung nasa na yung update ng kanilang ballot. So I think ito yung pinaka-madali.
So Tama yun ate. So you will be receiving alerts as well. So if you do want to get the alerts to find out exactly where it is, that can help you out. So next up, ballots mailed to registered voters. Everybody should have already received your ballots in the mail. If you have not received your ballot in the mail for some reason, this has happened to me in the past when I've lived in an apartment. Maybe a neighbor accidentally grabbed it. If you share a mailbox or whatever reason that is, you can at a voting center get a provisional ballot. Provided your identification and get the provisional ballot. So naka-provisional ballot na kayo ate before?
Yeah.
Nakagamit na kayo ng provisional?
Before, yeah. But by this time, Rob, dahil nagsimula tayo mag-mail ng October 2, by this time, for sure, na-receive na nila yung kanilang mga ballots by mail.
That's right. Absolutely. So yeah, it's make sure if you haven't, you can just get a provisional taken care of.
Yes.
So inside your voting package, you should have received these things: your three easy steps to vote by mail, your I voted sticker, your ballot, and your prepaid postage. That's right.
Yes.
So dapat nakuha nila yung apat na ito. Dapat these are the things na nasa loob ng package nyo. Tapos sa likod ng ng envelope, dapat may field for signature.
Yeah.
Diba,
make sure.
So sign po natin yung likod ng ng envelope. Make sure you have a signature on the back of the envelope, and this is the way that the vote is verified, because it's actually compared against the signature that you provided upon registering the vote.
And libre to kasi pagbalik nila yung return envelope, hindi na nila kailangan lagyan ng stamp. So it's yung return, it's a paid envelope. So yan, wag lang kalimutan na may pirma.
That's right.
Wag lang nilang kalimutan na pirmahan. Pinaka-importante.
Yeah. Perfect. So back to the signature. For your vote to be counted, your signature will be verified. So your signature on the oath or postage paid envelope must match the signature on your voter registration record and or DMV driver's license. So on this picture here, you'll see on the bottom of the California ID or license, there's a signature. So ito po yung official na signature na i-submit nyo po dati. So this is what they're going to compare it to, and make sure that, if your signature does change, which is actually, I think, my next slide. If your signature does change, of course, we grow older. Yeah. Ano ate?
Dapat pareho. Make sure na pareho yung pirma nila from the ID at saka yung ipipirma nila sa balota. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So it's got to be the same. If, of course, as we perhaps get older, signatures might change. So we want to make sure. This is a reminder too, if you've got young voters in the household who may have changed their signature maybe throughout high school and now they're in college, or whatever the case might be. It's good to make sure that signature is updated to what it looks like, so that we can make sure that we can avoid sort of the fraud, and to make sure that the votes get counted, and you can re-register online and print the form to at the end to provide the signature, or at the registration and elections office, who can mail one for you to sign.
So pwede pala yun, Rob, na kung nagbago yung pirma nila, pwede nilang ipadala yung mag-register at ilagay yung kanilang bagong signature, bagong pirma. No?
That's right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's very necessary to do that. Kasi talagang pag may fraudulent na po, hindi ika-count ng county yung balota niyo po. So we have to make sure to be very vigilant about that. That's right.
It's right. Okay. Maganda yan.
So these are the 3 ways: return it in the mail, which now it's too late. We're not recommending that. Drop it in an official Dropbox. That's what we're recommending now, as well as visiting a vote center um, to return your ballot. So most Dropboxes close at 8 p.m. So please remember that.
Okay.
On November 3rd, some close earlier because the building is closed earlier. So please, try to get it in early,
Mm.
and you can return your ballot to any vote center until 8 p.m. On November 3rd. So we're just asking everybody to, get this in early as possible. Don't wait to the last minute. I promise you, you'll have the peace of mind, and it'll be much more worth it. And you don't want to regret going to your vote center ballot box a little bit too late and wishing you had come a little bit earlier. So while there's still time, please make sure to get that taken care of.
Yeah, mas
Diba,
maganda na
ate?
yung yeah, it's better na mas maaga na so at least hindi na nila isipin the whole day. And yun nga, make sure na
Mhm.
hindi nila sa mailbox ilagay sa official Dropbox or ballot box at saka doon ibalik sa lahat ng voting center, accredited voting centers para i-count yung
Correct.
kanilang votes. That's right.
Correct. So how to find your vote centers and ballot drop box locations. Very simple. Just go to smcvote.org to identify that. So you'll find your ballot drop box locations as well as voting center locations. Typically, my family, they always go to Philly City Hall.
Yes.
And just make sure, again, this is something where you have to get there early. Dati last year, yata naghintay ako ng 2 oras for voting. So, sometimes you might have to wait a very, very long time if you don't get this done a little bit earlier. So of course, feel free to vote in person or go to a Dropbox location. But again, I can't express enough to try to get this done a little bit earlier if you're able to.
Pero Rob, marami namang voting centers na malapit sa mga bahay nila, right? Like very accessible, no, close to their residences. So yun nga, sinabi mo, ang Daily City Hall bukas siya at maraming ballot boxes na kung saan nila pwedeng ihulog. Yeah.
That's right, Ate. So yeah, starting on Saturday, all the voting centers should be open. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, yep, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then on Tuesday, they'll be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
To 8 p.m. Okay.
So Saturday through Monday, 9 to 5. Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah,
so
marami silang oras.
They'll be open overtime.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
You have a lot of time to do it.
A lot of time, and a lot of time still left, but time is running out.
Yes.
And if you want to go find it, just make sure to go to smcvote.org.
That's
okay. So this is a little bit. I'm sorry, it's a little bit hard to read. Medyo malalim po yata yung Tagalog dito eh. So this is our worksheet to prepare for this social safety distance. For COVID-19 at the vote centers. So of course, a reminder that you do need to wear a mask over your nose and mouth while you're at a voting center. Of course, maintain your 6 feet of distance, 6 feet or more distance between people. Please use hand sanitizer before and after voting. And also vote using a single-use stylus or a finger cot, which will be provided for you if you request one. Or alternatively, you can also ask for a ballot to take home, and you can actually take that ballot home and then submit it on up to election day if you so choose. So dapat i-prioritize natin ate, di ba, yung safety kasi.
Importante
Talaga
ito.
mahirap na eh.
kailangan maging maingat tayo. So magandang reminder to, paalala na yun nga, ang face covering or mask, ang pag-maintain ng manatili tayo ng 6 na talampakang distansya, tapos ang paggamit ng sanitizer. At kung yun nga yung maganda yun Rob, yung huli yung sinabi mo kung halimbawa ayaw nila na doon gawin, puwede nilang iuwi yung
Mm-hmm.
balot at ibalik nila bago mag 8:00 'no, 8 p.m. bago
Yeah,
mag PM
that's
make
right.
sure na ibalik. So kung medyo hindi sila komportable sa voting center, puwede nilang gawin yon. But kung nandun na rin sila, yun na lang, make sure na lang na mag-sanitize, mag-mask or i-keep yung, social distance, 6 feet, distance. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And then if you are at a voting center voting in person, of course you have a few rights that some people actually don't know this.
Mm.
You have the right to bring someone into the voting booth to help you.
Oh,
So
okey.
kung si lola po or lola may kailangan po
Yeah,
ng tulong,
tulong.
we can always come with them
Mm,
into the voting booth to assist. And actually you can bring up to 2 people to assist
mm,
you
okey.
inside that voting booth. And so it can be a friend or relative or someone you trust.
Mm.
Um, cannot be a boss or a representative from your labor union.
Mm.
So
Kailangan ano lang,
yun lang po yung ano eh.
kaibigan, kamag-anak o, tao na pinagkakatiwalaan mo, oo. Maganda ito
That's right.
kasi marami tayong mga elderly or senior citizens na mga
Totoo natin.
botante, so
Mhm.
importante na matulungan sila at saka yun mabigyan sila ng tamang assistance. At kung ayaw meron namang mag-a-assist sa kanila sa voting center 'no, Rob, but, importante kung mas komportable sila na magdala ng kasama, puwedeng-puwede 'yan.
Of course. And tsak na may mga Pinoy dun, so
Na
make
puwede
sure to find your if you have any language assistance, meron po
oo,
tayong mga nagtatagalog sa ano, sa voting center
sa
na
voting center.
makakatulong po.
Mm,
Mhm. So, what do you do when you arrive at the voting center? Um, these are the things you'll have to fill out a check-in form.
mm,
You're going to hand the form in at the check-in station. You
okey.
will sign in an electronic poll book. So you'll make that signature, and then your signature is checked against your voter registration form or DMV
Siya,
ID signature. Right. So
mm,
this is kind of the procedure when you come in.
mm. Yeah, importante 'yun. So talagang kailangan magdadala sila ng DMV or, driver's license or any ID na magma-match sa kanilang signature para ma-check.
Mhm. Tsaka may record naman natin sa ano eh,
Mm,
pag-sign in sa ano, sa voting
may
center.
record. Mm,
So yun. Mm. Mhm. Um, so these are your choices as well, paper or tablet choice. On your check-in form, you can select paper ballot, which is a classic paper ballot that you're used to, or a ballot marking tablet. So meron na yata ating parang ano eh, parang iPad or tablet sa nagagamit
oo,
for voting.
yeah.
So the paper ballot is the same one that was mailed to you, and the BMT, the ballot marking tablet, is a
Mm,
touchscreen to mark a ballot on the screen, and then you print it.
puwede mo
So, um, tsaka, yeah, and then also it's cleaned every single time. So,
oo,
yeah,
after.
malinis po siya. Yeah, we want to make sure that everything is very clean.
Yeah, meron kasi mga mas komportable sila na gumamit ng ano, ng touchscreen o yung, bagong
Mm,
technology kung mas easier. At may iba naman yung mga elderly na mas nasa traditional na paper ballot. So lahat yon available 'no, at lilinisin
lahat.
naman nila
That's right. They're all available.
lilinisin naman nila yung screen
Hmm.
every after use to make sure
Of
na,
course, of course.
sanitized, oo, yeah.
Mm. Pero actually kung sa akin paper na lang kasi 'di ba?
Oo, kung anong
Classic
mas
'yun eh.
madali
So,
at ano, oo,
mm,
yeah. So ginagawa
correct.
nating mas madali para sa kanila ang ano, pagboto.
Exactly. 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 So on language distance, there will be staff to speak other languages
Mhm,
other than English. If no one does in person, Vote Center can arrange for translation over the phone.
but
So yeah, if there's a relative that needs an assistance and you can't help, you want some more in language, please feel free to let that be known, and you will be assisted.
Okay.
But here in North San Mateo County, we're certain you'll be able to get that help whenever you need it. You can ask for ballot in Spanish or Chinese. Likely doesn't apply to this group, but vote centers will have translated reference ballots available in Tagalog as well. So you can get that
Mm-mm.
sorted out if there are language needs, diba? Kasi for actually, diba, most of the Filipinos dito nag-English naman, pero
Nakakaintindi
yung
na.
comfort level, that's right.
Yes.
Pero yung
Oh,
comfort level dapat kung gusto nila, we can get that separate
oo. Kasi
ballot
kung
taken
yun
care of.
yung kung primary language nila ay Tagalog, mas talagang gusto nila yun, pwede rin. At yung iba, so maganda na hindi lang pala Tagalog, no? Merong Spanish, Chinese din also. At yung,
Mm-hmm.
so yung BMT, yung tablet, pwede mo siyang palitan from English to
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, Chinese. Okay. Yeah.
That's right. English, Spanish, and Chinese
Or Chinese.
for the BMT.
Mm-mm.
And if you want, there's actually a YouTube video. We can send around the YouTube link for this as well. Maybe we can get that in the chat box or after the YouTube video. If you're unfamiliar with the BMT, and I just was getting to learn this today. Actually, there's a YouTube video tutorial to get you acclimated with this new tool, and just kind of prep if you want to use it for the first time. There's a YouTube video that you can access in both English and Spanish
In Spanish.
to get this sorted out.
Okay.
Perfect. And so when you do use that, what the ballot you print looks like is this image here. It's different from the ballot that you would get in the mail. If you'll notice, it has a QR code
You
here on the top
QR
left
code.
side. It's got a QR code to read. And you'll only see the offices and names you voted for, and not all the names. So basically, this is kind of your master sheet that will be used, and then that unique QR code will be scanned, and that's what will be used to cast your ballot.
Mhm. Okay.
Perfect. May na-miss ba ako, ate, or okay lang tayo?
Yeah, tama. So ito yung, at least dito makikita nila yung pangalan ng mga binoto nila, no? Pati yung katungkulan ng but hindi lahat ng pangalan. Okay.
That's right.
Mm-mm.
That's right. So if we haven't already reminded you,
Yes.
avoid lines
Ito
by voting
importante.
early. Diba?
Humahaba
early.
din ang
So
pila. Oo, mahaba ang pila.
matatagalan po talaga kayo. I promise you. Kasi maraming tao na election day, sila nagboboto. In the past, I usually only vote on election day. I learned my lesson. So if you decide to go to a vote center, we want to remind you that you can go before election day. It's not just on
On the
election day that you
election.
can go. Yeah. So all of them are open on Saturday. Just a reminder. And if you do go on election day, expect there to be a wait. And if you are a little bit more conscious about COVID and distancing, election day might not be the best day to go because we are anticipating for there to be quite a crowd. So just a note on that. The next thing here. Oh, sorry, did I cut you off?
No. I was just saying kung may oras rin lang sila ng Saturday, Sunday, Monday, wag na nilang hintayin ng Tuesday. So para bumoto kasi talagang mas madali at saka mas safe para sa kanila. Lalo na kung yun nga nag-iingat. That's right.
That's right. So the next thing we're going to cover here is the remote access vote by mail system. So it's available to all voters to use at home for November 3rd, 2020 election. And so, yeah, this is just a way for you to use your computer to mark your ballot. And this is, again, something that I've just become kind of aware of recently. And we have Sarah O'Brien from Mark Church's office, present on the call here today. Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for all your help, for helping us put this together. So I anticipate if there are any questions, please feel free to put that, again, reminder to put that in the chat box if there are any questions. And if there are questions after this, if you want to think about it, you can just feel free to shoot us an email and reach out, and we'll make sure to get all of your questions answered. If there are things like our AVBM that are unfamiliar to you, yeah, we can make sure to get those answered. But this is a way for you to be able to vote using any computer.
Yes.
And it's and so let me try to read this here. Ballots that are mailed must be postmarked by November 7th and received by our office no later than November 13th here. So this is, yeah, our AVBM. And this is also not an email system, just a reminder. Not an email system. Return your ballot by mail or in a Dropbox still. So.
Okay.
Okay, so for those of you who are still sort of researching, I know that the California ballot initiatives are always so long. It's like going through the whole alphabet, it seems, every single year. But if you do want to find more information, you should have already received in the mail a local candidate's pamphlet with a county sample ballot, as well as the state measures. Make sure to vote for both the state and the local candidates and measures. And it does take some time. It usually, for me and my family, it does take a little bit of time to go and do the research and, have conversations about it. And it's not too late to do the research. There's a plethora of information out there, as well as voter guides. And so, I mean, this is kind of the best start. Resources that are provided to you by the county, your local candidates voter information pamphlet, and state measures voter information guide.
Yeah, importante na pag-aralan nila, no? At least yan, binigyan na sila ng, siguro natatanggap na rin yan sa mga mail, yung mga local candidates at saka measures.
That's right.
But importante na pag-aralan, no? Para pag-isipan kung hindi pa sila nakaka-decide kung sinong iboboto nila. Importante na meron tayong mga resources na pwede nilang puntahan para mas mabigyan sila ng additional na kaalaman tungkol doon sa mga iboboto nila at saka doon sa mga measures na pwede nilang iboto.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're as educated as possible. If you do want some third-party resources, we do have some recommendations here of some reliable sources. The first is the League of Women Voters, the votersedge.org/CA and Easy Guide. So these are some reliable sources here that have been working for decades in the county to provide some additional voting resources. And what's nice is you can just plug in your address here, and then it'll kick you to all of the correct ballot initiatives that apply to you locally. So yeah, make sure to take advantage of this and make sure that the information that you do avail yourself of around voting suggestions come from reliable sources, especially in this day and age where we're experiencing kind of a big resurgence of misinformation that's out there. And we want to make sure that we do have trusted sources, such as cities and counties, to provide you with that information.
Huwag silang bastang maniniwala doon sa mga lumalabas na mga information online, kasi sa panahon ngayon ang dami talaga na magpo-post ng mga informations. At para makasigurado nga, kailangan sa trusted sources, sa city, sa county, or sa state websites lang sila pwedeng pumunta. At yun nga, pag meron silang nakita ng mga misinformation, pwede rin nilang i-report yun, Rob, di ba? I-report nila.
That's right.
Para at least hindi na kumalat.
That's right. And if you do see misinformation, report it. So cybersecurity.sos.ca.gov. cybersecurity.sos.ca.gov, and this is where you can report some of that, sort of fake news, bad information out there, and feel free to make sure that that gets reported, because if you saw it, chances are somebody else saw it, and we are not okay with that. Especially
Mhm.
for those of us in our community, there's a lot of elders, a lot
Yeah.
of monolingual, folks that maybe this is their first time voting, they don't know where to get that information. So
Mm.
we do want to make sure that
Help them.
they are, yeah, help them and make sure that the bad stuff is reported.
Mhm.
So that brings us to the end of our presentation today. This is some contact information for all of you folks. If you have any questions, please contact the San Mateo County Registration and Elections
Mhm.
Division. Here's their email to registrar at smcacre.org, or feel free to reach out to us here. Chances are you were invited by our network here at
Um,
PBRC, so please feel free to, give us a call, or send us an email, and we'll get you taken care of.
yes. Thank you.
Anything else, Ade?
Yun lang 'no, sana gamitin natin yung ating karapatan na bumoto. So, wag nating kalimutan. At yun nga, kung meron silang mga tanong, importante na magtanong na kumontak sila at, kung meron silang hindi naiintindihan, puwede silang lumapit, sa'yo o dun sa mga information na binigay natin para mas malinawan sila para sa kanilang pagboto 'no. So, salamat, Rob, on behalf of, PBRC, Filipino Bayanihan Resource Center, na tumutulong sa mga kapwa natin Pilipino para maging mas maayos yung kanilang kalagayan. So, salamat sa inyo.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.